Everything is working. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I think we should get started now. Awesome. So hello everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Can someone type something in the chat so I can make sure that it's working right now? Awesome. Chalo, it's working. So hello folks. Today is day 4 of LHW. Today we have a special guest with us. Today Vinayak Rawat from MLH will be joining us. He has been a judge at multiple hackathons and is also currently a coach in MLH, also the main organizer for Open Hacks. Today, he will be joining us to share his insights and answer some of your awesome questions. So, yeah, let's get started. Hey, Vinayak, what's up?
Hi Sushant. Hello, hello. I'm
Hey,
good.
hey,
What
hey,
about you?
what's up? Doing great, doing great, doing great.
Ah,
So,
it's been. Yep, Sushant.
no, 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 go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Yep, I was just saying that it's been time I've done some streaming and there is a lot of changes in StreamYard. So
Hmm.
I'm just trying to see which part is where. But hi everyone. Thanks for everyone who will be joining in. Uh, Again, we'll be talking about how you can build better hacks at hackathons, how to get better. I know hackathons is also about having fun, but when we talk about you're participating in multiple hackathons, you need to get better with time because then what's the point of participating again and again and again? So this is something which we'll be talking about. Sushant, do you want to add something before I start?
Nothing. I would just like to add that, like, there's a point, like, this is something we are doing, like, copying a GHW. We have a point system in LHW, so everyone who joins will receive a feedback form at the end, which they have to fill. And at the end of the week, there will be swag distributions and stuff. So, yeah, so we will be seeing you folks in the chat and stuff. And yeah, that's it. I
So
think you can get started.
in any case, I'm getting that sweats for myself.
I hope so.
We will have this
I hope
conversation
so.
after the stream, right?
Yep, 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 yep. Mhm.
Cool. I
I think
guess
you can get
then I can
started
start.
now.
Yep, I'll share
Yep,
my
yep, yep.
screen.
I will.
I hope my screen should be visible, right? Yep, yes. Okay. Hi, everyone. Again, today we'll be talking about how you can build better hacks at hackathons. It's basically, I said it right there, right? Tips and strategies for having fun at hackathons because I just don't want you to take part in hackathons considering the fact that okay, we just have to win at hackathons. That would be a problem. Okay, before we start, can anyone confirm in the chat my audio and video is clear? Anyone in the chat can let me know because I'm not able to see anyone's chat as of now. So if anyone can help me with that, okay. Thanks, Mupasha. Thank you so much for letting me know. Yes, folks, we'll be just talking about how better you can get at hackathons and also while having the fun at hackathons. Before we move ahead, uh, again, I'll just introduce myself. I am Vinayak Rawat. I'm a coach at Major League Hacking. I've organized, mentored, and judged more than 30 plus hackathons. And a fun fact about me that I can play, you can say, Valorant or any other video game endlessly. I love to spend time out there when I'm having my free time apart from my work. So, yeah, that is something about me. Next up, main question is that why do you need to focus on building better hacks? You can just skip the points. It's the main intention of putting up this is that when you take part in hackathons and you have this intention to take part in multiple hackathons, you get this competitive nature in yourself because whenever you go to a hackathon, you want to have fun, but you also want to win prizes. You want to secure those ranks first, second, third, or win those track prizes, whichever you like. And also at hackathons is a premium space, right, for exploring and getting new solutions for the problems that are existing. See, which was something which was usually had a discussion at an hackathon, and that eventually turned into an idea. So again, it also says it's an opportunity for innovation. You can personally enhance yourself, your team skills. You need to work in a team, right? If all the team members do not contribute well, it's not just going to work for your team, because you will be building something, but eventually you're not getting an output of out of it when there is not a good teamwork, or you're not enhancing yourself from hackathon to hackathon. So yeah, that is certainly, I feel, few reasons why you need to focus on building better hacks. And also, most importantly, if you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat when we'll be having this discussion. Believe me, more than this PPT, will be also spending some time with Chat GPT, how you get your idea better. Okay, we can just move to the next slide. I guess most importantly, when you get into a hackathon, you need to define the problem statement very much carefully, because if your problem is not clear, that is something which is going to harm you at the end of the day. Whenever I have participated in any hackathon, my number one intention is that I need to define my problem correctly on what I am building a hack. There are multiple reasons to it. It gives you a clear idea that you're in the right direction. Whatever you are building is trying to solve this problem, right? So if I give you an example, you're trying to build something which help folks transcript of thing, right? And you are building something which beautifies it, is not a direct clear link between the two applications which you are building. So you need to be very clear with how you define your problem, define it very clearly from the starting, because at the end of the session, this will be a small one though, at the end of the session we'll be talking about how you can also pitch yourself effectively better to the judges. And there this things is very important. If you're not able to tell the judge that this is a very serious problem, and if you're not going to make my team win at the hackathon, it's your failure as a judge. That's how it works, right? You need to make sure the judge also thinks that okay, this is a real problem which is existing in this, in our current nature, and this idea needs to be uplifted so that that particular problem can be solved. Again, define a clear problem statement clearly, read it with your team, have this discussion among yourself, ask questions to clarify. When I talk about ask questions to clarify, have this internal discussion between yourselves, right? That are we defining it correct? Is there something which we can actually put it up simultaneously with this, or there is something better can be there? Like, and when we say that focus on user pain points, whenever you try to take up a problem statement at a hackathon, make sure that you're able to relate to the problems which are facing. So I visited in a hackathon recently. I saw a lot of teams working on mental health. What I liked is everyone mentioned that they have seen someone or they have faced the same problems by themselves. So this gives you an advantage because it helps you to define your problem clearly, because you know what is the problem. Sometimes I know you are good at tech, you have a team who can build anything in 48 hours, but if you're not able to relate to the problem or understand what your problem actually offers, or what are the pain points, uh, you're not eventually going to put out something which is extraordinary, right? Which we say it will be a hack. It will be a hack which is made on great tech stack. You have a great technical knowledge, but eventually you will be not putting up something extraordinary which is helping people. So that's why it's very important to define your problem clearly. Ideation, like my favorite part, I spent my first 5 to 6 hours or 4 to 5 hours on ideation only. Ideation here means putting up a clear timeline of how I will be taking up things, how I'm going to solve my problem, right? So if I have made a clear problem statement that this is something which everyone is, that the users are facing this problem, I need to ideate it in a better way. How I'm going to put it in my application in whatever I'm building. So certain points which I think that mind mapping is important. Someone in the team is definitely innovation. When we talk about diversities, right, in a team, for example, you're a team of four, it's very much suggested that you have a team in which someone has this will to go at innovation. Not everyone will be at like, I can get this idea in my head and let's try to build it. Someone will be in the team who will be extra innovative, that who comes up with ideas again and again and again, and you have to take up all those ideas which every team member have, pin it down in a paper, and think, can this solution works? I also have one more thing which I would like to show you. So this is usually how I go when I am going to ideate my idea and I'm getting less ideas, right? So I'll just share this tab instead. Let me see. Okay, this is Chat GPT. You can open your Chat GPT. What I usually do is, uh, so for example, I have a problem statement that I want to make an application which promotes financial literacy in school students, right? I want to build an phone application, web application that want to build. Okay, let me zoom it. I guess this should be close. Yep. So if I have a problem statement which I'm defining that I want to make an application which promotes financial literacy in a school student, and I have this simple solution in me. So solution is solution which I have thought of is that I will build a mobile application for students, for school students, so that they can learn about financial things, right? Learn about financial things. Now, when you pick up a solution like this, that I want to create a mobile application for school students so that they can learn about the financial things, it's basically the first layer when you're trying to ideate. For me, there are 5 layers of ideation. I know this is theoretical, but this is how I approach. First, you need to put up the layer, like the main thing of how you're going to approach to the problem. So if I want to promote financial literacy in school students, my first layer is that I will be building a mobile application or I will be building a web application. So this is I do. Next is what are the things which I can implement. So if I think I'm not able to pull up good ideas by myself or the team discussions which have happened, what I'll do is I'll go to ChatGPT. I'll write a simple prompt like this. Now I'll ask ChatGPT that ask me ask me 10 questions about my idea, about my problem and solution, and suggest new ideas to integrate. So I always do this, right? And if someone says to you that uh, you cannot use chat gpt at hackathons, they're strictly lying, because you use VS code, you write code, you use chat gpt, you use copilot in your applications, that is also a version of chat gpt. So eventually you need to use AI in your feature in such a way that it helps you, and it's totally okay if that you use chat gpt or any other AI application. Moving back to this, so I've given a problem statement, a solution which I have thought of, and I've asked ChatGPT to ask me 10 questions, right? So these are the 10. Okay, he has given me problems, solutions, and ideas for integrations. You can be more specific. Ask me 10 questions. I will answer, and based on that, suggest ideas. Now, why I am telling the ChatGPT to ask me, there are two primary reasons to it. I really want you to, all the ideation you have done with your team till now, you suggest that to ChatGPT. Not, do not take everything that ChatGPT tells you. That is a case. So the most important thing is have this good conversation with your teammates, write everything down on a paper, and when you sit with ChatGPT for the final ideation, go like this: ask me 10 questions. Like now it's asking me 10 questions that what is your age group focus, core financial concepts, teaching method, engagement. Now the best part about this, ChatGPT is going to ask you questions in such a way that it will take up your idea as a whole. It will be able to cover all the things. And when you provide solution based on the discussions you have with your team members, so if we check on the first question that what age group school students are you targeting, primary, middle, or high school? So if I have this conversation with my team that we need to focus on students who are in 10 to 12, because they are the ones who are getting exposed to UPI or the inter or the money literacy at their part. So that is how you can move forward, and this can only be done when you have a good conversation among your team members. You have a clear mindset of how you're going to proceed. What ChatGPT is going to help you is going to ideate your idea better in a better shape. You might be scrambled with your ideas. You might have 12 to 15 features. That is not something which is going to help you at hackathons, because for example, a judge comes to you, you have 3 to 4 minutes pitch to explain, and you're explaining the 15 features you have built, not the main idea, how it is solving people, how it's helping people, how it's better than the ideas which are already existing. There is no help with that. Like, judge is going to see, is going to appreciate you there, and just going to leave like that. They're like, this is just another application which is available in the market. They just come up with two more features that anyone could have built. So this is how Chat GPT will help you. Moving back, as I said, ideation techniques are very much important. Sit with your team, have conversations, spend time in ideation. Do not just go to a hackathon and start hacking. Sit with your team, or even the best part about hackathons is you can find people who will be willing to help you with your ideas. Right? It can be mentors, it can be the organizers, it can be the team members who are around. They might not be building their application on the same idea, but they can eventually help you on that. And in case, yes, if you have any questions, you can let me know. I'll just get a sip of water then. And believe me, folks, ideation is very much important, because how you define your problem and how you ideate is the most important thing eventually. Because in the coming course of time, when we will be building hacks, that will be easy for you because you know how to build hacks, right? You have this command over your language. But when you have a clear problem statement and the ideas you want to execute, you're going to do it better than others. As I said, it's very much plan. It's very much important to plan before you code. uh, I always do this. I give one team member front end, one team member back end, one team member to focus on UI, and one to focus on pitch, how we are going to pitch it to the judges, or how we are going to use mentors as our advantage. Also, you need to create a timeline. This is basically theoretical. This can be just totally depending upon you, how you'll be working. As I said, for me, I take 3 to 4 hours for brainstorming, writing everything down on paper. 6 hours of core coding. Make sure you take breaks, take parts in fun events which are happening at the hackathon, because that is something, I'll tell you, when you have this clear brainstorming and you have done tons of code for like 5 to 6 hours, you need to get yourself break, meet new people, interact with them, might share your idea with them. They will exchange with their thoughts, and that is something which is going to help you. Always use tools like Trello or GitHub to assign and track tracks. I'll prefer GitHub any day. uh, Been working with GitHub for a long time. We can assist your, and GitHub also helps you in a lot of other things as well. So GitHub is something in which I guess a maximum number of hackathons follow, that you need to have your code on GitHub, so that we know what you have built in 48 hours, how much code you have pushed regularly. It's basically a clear cycle. Next is choosing a right tech stack. Very much important according to me. Be clear that what is the tech stack your team is comfortable with. And most importantly, it can happen that your backend engineer is not comfortable with React, he or she is comfortable with Angular, or you are comfortable with React. So before you actually go into a hackathon, have this discussion that whatever we are going to build, it should be on this tech stack. We are not going to go to a hackathon and then decide that which tech stack we are going to work on. You can use open source libraries, that is going to save you a lot of time. Use data that is available on the internet. Use APIs which are free. Do not have to pay for it. Take new applications and integrate it in your applications. I always say this at hackathons. When you are going to a hackathon, try to use new technologies in your application. For example, MongoDB is there, right, for databases. Try to use MongoDB. It's not a compulsion that you need to store your data somewhere. But if you have never used MongoDB, Go to a hackathon, learn about MongoDB, how you can integrate it. Your backend engineer can do the work, and you can integrate it. What tells you that helps you in a way that in during the time of judging, they're going to ask you, do you have used any new technologies, or have you learned something new in this course of hackathon? And then this is something which is going to help you. And even in the long course of time, when you are learning new technologies at any hackathon, this is helping you. So try to use right tech stack and try to implement new tech stack at uh, sorry use the right tech stack and use new software integrations in your hack whenever you go to new hackathons. Next up, very common, everyone knows, work efficiently as a team. As I said, divide roles. Who is going to do front end, who is going to do back end, who is going to do pitch. Okay, okay, we do have a question. If the team can mop it up, take it up. So sorry. The question was, as a percentage, what do you think the importance of ideation is compared to execution and implementation? Yep. I really feel ideation is important when you are at a hackathon. Suppose there are 70 to 80 teams participating. Out of that, 50 teams are going to be good at the tech they are working on. But not all the 50 teams have a right direction of how they're going to proceed. You can be too good at your tech, but if you are not aligned of what you really need to build during the course of hackathon, this is going to create a lot of problem for you, because it can happen that your front end engineers has done the complete work in the next 6 hours, and now what you think is now what we should do, right? That should not be a case, because when you ideate early, you create a timeline for yourself, then it's something which is going to help you, because you have a clear path of what you're going to do, and you'll be also getting time for having fun at hackathons, interacting with mentors. It can be people who have come from other companies to visit the hackathon, new teams taking part in mini events, and a lot of things. So yeah, that should be, ideation should be given an importance, but not too much. But ideation is important. Cool. We do have another question. Nowadays, I see that a lot of people are building AI stuff at hackathons. Anyway, we can build something without AI and still beat them. Uh, I'll be very honest, PD. It highly depends how much your hack is able to solve a problem, right? For example, if you build a food delivery app, it's already existing in the market. uh, that is not something which is going to get you built. Your application, by the impact, how much impact does it create in the nature, in the surroundings near us? So if you ask me, a student like me, not a student like me, if you ask a working professional like me that I need to manage my time, there are a lot of applications in the market which will help you to customize your day. You need to create something which sets you apart, what we call the unique selling proposition, right? The USP. I always say to team when I interact with them, you need to have a USP. I don't want if you have 20 or 25 features. If you have one USP with the normal features which are in the available current versions which are already in the market, that sets you apart. AI is something which is basically a pillar, like giving a stepping stone that it will help you save time, first of all. You go to companies, you'll be working as a professional, you will be using Google for your solutions if you're able not able to debug well. So this is some things which is, I feel you can still beat. You need to have your USP with your always, and that will only come when you have a good ideation, whether you use ChatGPT or any other AI tool or not. But when you ideate well, uh, even if you don't use AI, you have your own USP, you are better than others. That's the case. Cool. I guess this question does answer does make sense. We can move to the next part. Is when we talk about working efficiently as a team. You know this. You have heard this thousand of time. Divide roles, constantly communicate, GitHub for version control. This, that, that. You do not need to work on this. But for me, most importantly, when you're working as a team, be clear with your roles. It should not be that the person who is doing front end at the end, it has to do the back end as well. Keep it very clear at the starting. You need to work on front end, you need to work on back end, you'll be working on UI, and you will be working on a pitch that we will be giving to judges. All the team members, when we talk about diversities, all the team members in a hack or a team does not have to be coder, full-time coder. Someone in the team has to be a better communicator. Someone in the team has to take decisions. It can happen that, okay, there is a 30-hour hackathon, 20 hours have passed, you have an application which is not running. You need to have someone to take the stand, clear it. Okay, let's pull up a socks again, uh, try to do something else. Why is this not working? Can we make this work? So you need to have that system in the team as well to take decisions. So when you have a good team, you take decisions effectively. That makes you a very good team, and it will eventually help you when you will be going to multiple hackathons. Now, building a working prototype quickly uh, has to be my favorite part, to be very honest. Prioritize features, prioritize your unique selling proposition, build a minimum viable product. Now, when we talk about minimum viable product, it should be at least a product that in a working condition that you can actually showcase. This is what I try to do at hackathons. In at least 20 or 25 hours of the hackathons, I try to build a MVP without my main features, so that even if I have this mentor conversation, my minimum viable product is ready. The mentor knows that what I really want to build. These are my features already lined up. I have under 10 or 15 hours to implement it, as simple as it gets. You'll always get better ideas when you will be building or building your unique selling propositions. And most importantly, when you have built a MVP, you're already in the safe zone. You're not going to panic. You know that we have built this. This is our idea of which we are going to move forward with. Eventually, having an MVP at least by the mid of the hackathon or in the 3/4 time of the hackathon is going to give you a confidence for those less 10 hours, for the last 10 hours, to build your private, to build your features, to build your USPs. Again, don't overcomplicate the project. Do not please put 20 to 25 features in your hack, so that when you will get your pitch time, you're just spending your 25 hours explaining the same thing again and again and again, because those features are already available in the market and judges also know. So for example, if someone made a food delivery app, right? Zomato and Swiggy is already there, everyone has used it. You start your pitch with, we are building a food delivery app. But if you start your pitch with, we have built a system which is helping startups like Zomato and Swiggy to get better at food delivery. It's a lot of difference, right? So try to work again, try to work on your USPs. Don't overcomplicate your project, and take regular feedbacks from mentors, people you interact with at the hackathon. Okay, before we move this, I guess we do have another question. When deciding the value of a hack, should it focus on solving a real need, or it can just fulfill something people want? Good question, I guess, Shraddha. For me, I always want to make sure that whatever hack I am building is trying to solve a real problem. I share this insight with every team which I go through before judging that. For example, I am a judge and I'm coming to your hack, and by any chance you are able to convince me that the problem you are solving is very much important to be solved. We saw this team at Open Hacks, the organizer that was organized with me. They were helping folks who were facing issues with their vision, right? That's a clear problem. And if they are trying to solve it more effectively than the already existing solutions in the market, why should not we proceed with them? You can build another. Okay, you said that it can just fulfill something people want. People want more curated data, right? Okay, I'm giving an example. So you have one example of, you're helping people solving financial problems, investing better, a platform just for that. And there is a another application that is solving on food delivering app with more better UI. These are two different things. So whenever I'm scrolling Zomato, Swiggy, or any other food application, you're saying that I'm building a hack which is a better UI, and you will be scrolling better at Zomato, more than Zomato or Swiggy. On one other hand, you're telling that I've built an application which is spreading financial awareness, will help you manage your funds. It's basically a fund manager. So I'll be more inclined towards the fund manager thing, right? Because I know this solution is already existing. You're just enhancing the solution, which is already. It's more like people want. And when you see there is also a link when we talk about solving a real world problem and the people want. People want can wait, but the existing problems, if they have a better solution, they need to be put up first. So that is something which I see when I judge hacks. Yep. Most important thing which I like a lot, sell your hack in 3 minutes. A common example of people have talked about sell me this pen. This is more like sell your hack in 3 minutes. You'll always have 5 minutes to uh, tell about your application. 5 minutes in total. This is including Q&A, right? Whenever you go to a hackathon, you won't get more than 5 to 6 minutes. Keep slides minimal and visual. Do not put text in your slides for God's sake, please. Always try to focus on visual things. Keep simple data on your slides. It can be data which proves your problem statement better. It can be simple text. It can be use of logos, photos, not more than that. Again, I said focus on your key features of your hack, your USPs, which sets you apart. Tell a story, problem, solution, and impact. Uh, as I said, clearly define your problem. Let the judges know that if they do not select this hack for the winning category, they are doing a big mistake of their life. Tell the impact this can actually create in the society if it will be implemented. Live demo, if you are participating in an offline hackathon, you will be obviously giving a live demo. Always try to make a video demo as well, so that in case you win, even other folks who are sitting in another round of world, they can check your application as well. uh, if you want to see better examples of how you can successfully pitch, you can check out on YouTube of how people effectively pitch their ideas. Again, let me be very honest. When you have this presentation to your judges, you can always ask that which language you are comfortable in, whether it is English, Hindi, any language. If this says that any language works for us, try to get in your comfort. Use Hindi if you're comfortable with that, your English if you're comfortable with that, so that you're able to effectively present yourself to the judges as well. What judges want is your confidence while putting up your hack. Whatever we have built in this 48 hours is unique, is better than what is already out there in the market. That's the case. So I feel when we talk about final judging, there will be 10 teams who have done absolutely great with respect to technology, but there will be only 3 teams who have done exceptionally well in both presenting their hack as well as building their hack. Again, this is something the pen is AI powered. Okay, this is something which you can work on debugging. This happened with one team. They were actually judging. I was judging the team, and their application suddenly stopped working. Always have pre-recorded demos and prepared explanations. It can be happening that you have built an ML model and it stops working when you are presenting it. So in case if you have already recorded it, you can show that to the judge, because you need to make sure judge believes that you have built this during the hack. So this is I usually do when I complete my hack. I at least record the working demo. So what happens is, in case if judges come and the application do not work, I still have something to show to judges. I'm going to lose some points, not gonna lie, but at least I have a backup plan ready, which is all at least keep me in the race. Also, test core features early if you want. Testing is important. Uh, at hackathons, you do not have to be very precise to testing. You just need to focus on building hacks. That is something which is going to help you. And again, I guess we are all already at the last part. I said I do not want to take a lot of time. Key takeaways, as login this photo GIF also says that you need to focus on your user, clear your problem statement, define your problem statement clearly, ideate better, sit with your team, have discussions, collaborate effectively, balance ambition with time constraint, very important. Keep this thing clear in your mind. In 30 hours, this is possible, this is not possible. I cannot build a full-fledged mobile working application in 30 hours, but I can build certain features with the basic MVP and enjoy the process, learn from the experience. You're not going to win everywhere. You're going to learn new things. You will be going to see hacks that can be better than you. You're going to meet people that are better than you, learn from them, have this conversation. Always, when you go to hackathons, try to interact with people. This is something which a lot of people don't do. You are missing out on a lot. Make good connections. Eventually, at a longer period of time, when you will be again meeting them at another hackathon, or might be professionally in different companies, you'll have this good laugh going forward. And most importantly, please have fun at hackathons. Join those fun mini events. As I said, interact with people, spend time at the hackathon. Just do not sit on the seats and watch the webinars. Be at hackathons. Whenever they organize an extra hour for making the experience better, take part in it. Right? I hope I was clear on that. And with that, thank you so much, folks. If you want to reach out to me, you can just get to my Twitter channel, that is IG_raw_x. Okay, can someone in the chat let me know that my voice is breaking? And we can also take up a question from Sam Fam. Uh, Now good? Good. Okay, we do have a question that how much value does mentorship round add to the final judging? See, it depends upon hackathons to hackathons. Uh, Mentorship rounds, according to me, you need to make the best use of mentor. Take their criticism or advice true to yourself. You do not have to think that, okay, he's degrading my idea. If you feel confident with it, go with it. But maximum number of times mentors are going to suggest something which is going to eventually, because they have seen a lot of hacks in the previous time, and they know if your hack can implement this, they can be this can be better eventually. So try to take a good chunk from your mentor, take their time. They are for that purpose only at the hackathon. And for me, uh, mentorship round before the final judging is basically the final lane in the coffin, right? You're done with your hack, and now you feel what is a better way I can pitch it. Use the mentor to your advantage. The mentorship round just before the judging, let him sit with you for at least 15 to 20 minutes. Take his time, and eventually you'll get to know that okay, this is how this is going to work. We are going to use that. Judge, even mentor will tell you that you can pitch it in this way, or you can focus on this features when you will be pitching yourself. So that is something which will help you. I hope that made sense. We also have a doubt from Vish. I'm so sorry for mispronouncing the name. How can a beginner improve to make their idea hack project impactful if they do not have a professional or a used? Okay, if they are not yet a professional or used it in their tech stack. For me, trying to solve the problems which you are currently facing. As I said, if you talk about me, I'll try to build something which will save me more time, which will help me concentrate more. Uh, I'm someone who get angry sometimes, right? So I will want to get myself at peace. Meditation is a way. Is there any other way which is going to make my mind calm during those stressful times or during the times which I can get angry at? Believe me, if you're feeling this thing, there are a lot of people who are going to feel the same way. There are a lot of people who are going to get angry when something bad happens. Uh, there are a lot of people who are going to get upset when something bad happens. And in that particular point of time, if your hack is able to uplift their mood, move away their anger, that is impactful, right? So when you're trying to solve hacks at and you're trying to build your hacks, try to see, is there a problem which I am facing which I can resolve on my own? And believe me, there are tons of people who are going to say face the same value, like the same problem. So when we talk about impactful, try to solve problems that you are facing first, because you are able to relate to that problem well. You will be able to ideate to that idea well, and also you can always take the help of the AI models which are available They're going to help you build new features if you're not able to get anyone. Cool, yes, folks. You can drop your text in the you can drop your questions in the text here in the comments as well. Uh, I guess someone from the team could also be here. Again, folks, very importantly, I'll tell you this: be very confident more than anything when you are at hackathons, right? For me, the most important thing is when you are building hacks, when you're going to hackathon, have fun. I'll just go to the slide back. When we talk about this key takeaways from building better hacks, you really, really, really need to focus on the user. And when someone rightly asks that how we can make better impactful ideas if there is not a professional in the team, by relating to the problem. As I mentioned, if I'm building a hack at hackathon, I'll be building something which will help me put my anger down and not something which is helping someone else because I'm able to relate to the problem well. And also collaborating effectively at a hackathon. I know this is you can call it this way that everyone knows what teamwork is, right? When we talk about collaborating effectively at hacks, what we really want is to sit with your team members, listen what everyone else is saying, do put your ego aside, have this discussion among yourself and then build something, and that has a really really huge impact. I have seen this at a recent hackathon. A team which was really not good at the tech stack, they would be still able to put up a good position like second or third at the hackathon. What made them set apart, right, was their hack presentation and the trust they have on the team members. I still remember they said to me clearly that these are the four features which we four have thought to implement. I said to them that you could have implemented this, but they said that we had this discussion among yourself and we are going to implement this. Although they also implemented my idea, but best part for me that everyone agreed to it. There was no ego because I saw someone their idea was not picked up. They said it's okay, we have this discussion, so that will help you. And again, as I said, please have fun at hackathons because when you interact with people at hackathons, that's going to be the best thing. Like when I visit hackathons, for me it's more like how many new number of people I met. And when I get back to the home from the hackathons, I always interact with them. They drop me a text on LinkedIn or they send me a connection request on LinkedIn. So this is something which eventually lifts your mood up that my week was not at the end. So that is the case. Again, folks, you can drop in your questions. I can take it one again and again and again. You can reach out to me for any queries at my Twitter profile, that is IG_raw_x. And let's take up some questions. This is from test account, that are the odds stacked against beginners in hackathons, because we see a lots of people who have experience and have templates and stuff already created before they attend the hackathon. A good question according to me, but I'll be very honest in this. It has nothing to do with it. I have seen beginners winning at hackathons. Yes, that is true that people are already ready with the templates. You will find, see, introduction of AI in this whole coding circuit is not something new. It's going from a lot of time. It's just that when ChatGPT has come into the play, everyone has started using it, right? So, in case, like just my suggestion for that, if you are working in a hackathon and you do not have a front end engineer, you can ask ChatGPT to create the code for you. That will save you time. You can use the applications which will save you time. I have this one application which helps you create front end very easily, right? You just need to tell that I want this in my front end and it will help you create that. That is how it works. So that is saving you time. But ultimately, if your application does not have a USP or a feature that is going to attract judges or other teams, or you're not building something unique, that is not going to help you. I know the best part with beginners is that you're able to ideate a lot. This happens with team who are experienced hackers. What happens is they go to hackathons, they get a template for winning and they start following that. For beginners, when you at least have going to your first 3 to 4 hackathons, you have this always curiosity to pick up new ideas, most importantly. And for me, that is more important rather than just focus on winning like a template for winning again and again and again. So yeah, beginners do have a bit of odds, but I'll still go with 80-20. 80% chances beginners are going to build better than others. I'm not a pro. Should I target special prizes? That depends upon you. That is more like a smart move. So this is what we do at Major League Hacking. Uh, we have our part. Like I did this when I was not a coach. So if I'm participating in a hackathon, it would be more like, okay, I'll take part in the track prize. If I feel like I'm not able to build something in this due course of time of what I've thought at the starting, I'll try to target the special prizes. The track prize is what we say, because I have to just integrate them. And if I'm able to convince the judge that what I've integrated and my application makes a very good sense, there is a very high chance I might get special prize. This is basically tactic, right? At hackathons, you do not have just a prize of first, second, third, or beginner, or all girls team or all boys team. It's basically you're targeting track prizes on your handset, which a lot of teams miss. So you can target special prizes. Always go for first, second, third, but targeting special prizes or track prizes is also going to help you. Okay, next question, if we can take up. If I build something in an hackathon and having free time, then I should add ton of extra features, but then pitching time won't enough to pitch all features. A very good question. Why so? See, as I said, what we call an MVP, right? Minimum viable product. So minimum viable product is basically this is already existing, right? When I go to hackathons, I always focus that team should work on 2 to 3 USPs, which is making them unique from others. That's it, not more than that. Because you won't have time to pitch all the features in the time, as you mentioned. So you have 3 minutes to pitch your idea. You also need to show your demo. You need to tell the problem statement. So this is how I divide my 3 minutes while pitching, right? First 30 to 45 seconds for telling the problem statement. The next 15 seconds, like the next 30 seconds is your idea verbally, that what you're trying to pitch. The next 1.5 minutes on demoing your idea. And the last 30 seconds to wrap it up, that how you will be taking this idea into the market, how this will be expanding, how this will have an impact, or overall. So always try to think the first 30 to 45 seconds telling my problem statement, the next 30 seconds for telling my idea verbally of what I'm going to pitch out, the next 1.5 minute for telling showing a demo. Do not go for those PPTs while demoing, right? It does not work. Let me be very honest. Go for the demo of what you have built. For example, you have built a website. Tell the flow. Like if you want to book a ticket from my website, you'll go to the home page, then you will log in, then you'll go to this page to book the ticket. This is how you're going to pay for us, the integrations which we have made. So go to your demo in such a way that you're telling your features as well, not just the things which are already existing in your application. That is the thing. Okay. Uh, Thanks, Sam. Is it a good idea to discuss a potential future collaboration, or is it better to, or it's better not to bring it up? I'll always say focus on your future potentials for your application. Judges always want to see that even after this hackathon ends, is my contender or the team ready to take this idea further, irrespective of the result at hackathon? So we do have this column of future uh, potential for the hack scoring in that domain. That team is ready. They have built this in 30 to 40 hours. Now, if we give them more time or if we promote them, they're going to build more features. So that is something which helps you. Uh, I saw some people have not having fun at hackathons and only coding. Do you think I should do the same or have fun via networking and mini events, or it depends upon the person? Uh, it does depend upon the person why so, but for me, please go and take part in those mini events, interact with people. You never know the people you're going to get across at hackathons. Hackathons are the most diverse people in this ever world, right? Let me be very honest. You will find the most extroverted to the most introverted, to the person who is a mediocre, to the person who is too good at building hacks. to the person who is, perfect in everything, to the person who is just there to enjoy. That kind of diversity can only be seen at hackathons, and that you can only get to know when you interact with them, not just sit in your place ideally waiting for 36 hours. Now I'm waiting, now I'll wait for result. That is not something going to help you. Even if you're an introvert, go have conversations that will open up your mind, because you're getting out of your bubble, right? When you're interacting with people, when we are in our bubble, we know that everything we are doing is correct. We do not need guidance, we do not need other thing. When you come out of that bubble, you'll get to know that okay, these things can be improved. So this is the case with me, right? When I was in my first and second year at college, I'm very good at public speaking. Like there is not a lot of things which I can add to my public speaking, but that perspective changed when I got into the real world, started having conversation with people, having this proper positive feedback from people, criticism, positive criticism from people. So that is something which is going to help you. And even when I go to hackathons now, I do these opening ceremonies, or I am a part with the organizing team. I ask them to record my opening ceremonies. I saw it again and again and again. Is there something which I can actually work on again? So this is the best part for me. Interact with them, take proper feedback. You're going to learn new things, and they're going to be a lot of fun. Yes. Any more question, folks? Once again, I said that even if you do not come up with a question now, you can always reach to me out on LinkedIn. You can search me by the name of Vinayak Rawat, or I guess the team is already sharing my Twitter ID down here. You can also go there. All works down. Any more questions, folks? I'm not able to see how many folks are live right now with me. I'm just on the studio, so you can just hop in your questions. I've got really good questions throughout, so kudos to that. Yeah, you can be an extrovert and introvert. Sam and Siddharth. I mean, I was an introvert. Now I'm an extrovert. I was used to talk less. Now I speak. Now I talk a lot. So that is the case. Okay, 83 people are live in. I don't know. I just missed my YouTube link. Just a second. Cool. Uh, any upcoming hackathons in South India? I feel there are a lot of happening in South India. We also have this open source week going on at Major League Hacking. It's just like the local hack week. This is a super good initiative by the team. Kudos to the team at Hyderabad. They are actually putting up a very good show, according to me, taking a diverse set of points. So yeah, I guess we can have the team back on stage. Uh, we do have.
Stuff.
Okay, he's
So,
back. You know, he was
yep.
at back of the stage throughout time, Shashank.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
I hope this was not a session which you might have felt that another professor would have talked up. For me, this session was basically want to share my insights. It's been a lot of time for me at hackathons now. I'll still admit that there are a lot of things which I need to learn as a mentor, a judge who regularly visit hackathons. But it's fun. Uh, Hackathons are fun, to be very honest. Use your time wisely. Take part in hackathons. You'll be building this close relationship with your friends also, right? For example, you're visiting a new city, you're going with them, you're visiting different places with them, right? It's basically a college trip, but you're also taking part in hackathons, so, which is also going to help you.
Awesome, awesome. It was a pretty nice session. For the first 10 minutes, the whole team was running around fixing the YouTube chat because for some reason it was disabled. But then it became
Oh,
fine. A lot of people joined in. Yeah, yeah. So we were just rushing around and fixing that. But I heard a lot of good points from your side. Like that point about not putting text in PPTs. That's a really nice
right,
point because we used to do that a lot, and whenever a judge used to come and see our slides, his face just used to go from glowing to dim as soon as he saw text on our slides. So then we just stopped doing that stuff. So yeah, it was a pretty nice session. Yep,
yeah.
yep.
I do think we have another question from Prem Sai
Hmm.
K.
Yep, we do.
How to make a good team when you are an introvert? Uh, Take your regular friends with you to the hackathon. Uh, the thing is, when you're an introvert, uh, you need to get out of your comfort zone. See, either you can be too good at coding, so you do not think about other people. That I'll build the stuff and give it to you. You present it to judges, or you need to come out of your bubble and start interacting with people. The thing I say, so when you want to make a good team when you're an introvert, go at hackathons and interact with people. The reason is you're going to ask them if they want to make up a team. So this is which I have seen at my hackathon as well. I saw a team. All the four members were of different ideas, right? I know this team do not wanted to work again at a hackathon, but I went to another hackathon. Those people came at different team members, like they picked up different teams because they interacted with other people at hackathons. I know this is going to be hard when you're an introvert. Start interacting with people, start building a common ground on which you can have conversations. For example, you folks are from a college, you can have these conversations among yourself as well, right? I am going to take part in hackathon. Would you be interested? I know this sounds very vague. Just go to someone and say that I want to take part in hackathon. Do you want to participate? But you never know this. The person who is in the front wants to say the same thing, but it's not saying that because of thinking that what other person is going to think about me. And making a good team, it's not going to happen every time. You're going to It can happen that the first team you make at hackathons is going to be so successful that you do not need to change it otherwise. But it can also happen that in a long course of time, when you visit hackathons again and again and again, then you make a team which feels like this team is something which I can be very open up with. And my definition of a good team is a good diverse team where you can be very open to yourself. Why we call friends a very good space, because we can share with them everything. We do not keep everything in us. That's the same came with the hackathon team as well. When you are at a hackathon, if you feel like if I present an idea, other team members are going to laugh, that is not a good team, because you are getting this insecurity that I'm not good enough for the team, or they're not going to understand my idea. When you have this comfort that what I'm going to share, whatever the discussions which are going to happen are totally going to be good, then you feel like this is a very good team. And for me, a good team is not something which wins every hackathons, but a good team is something which make the best use of hackathons at every time. What we have discussed throughout, you use your time for the best, and that's it. That's the most important thing. Sam
Awesome,
says,
awesome.
but my regular friends aren't motivate me to join at hackathon. See, Sam, it depends upon you totally. Uh, your friends might want to work with you at hackathons or might do not. It's their choice. But if you want to work at hackathons, try to find people. You have Discord servers. I guess I'm super sure that Hackrabat team would have had a Discord server, or they have some place where people communicate on regular basis. So make the best use of this Discord places, right? Make new friends. I know this is very tough in this world. No, not very tough in this world because you have tons of social media and all. It's more like the more you feel comfort with someone while working on hacks and other things, you will be able to form up a team as well. Yes, local hack week seems like a great place to find teammates. Yep, as I said, see these initiatives are always taken so that people are able to connect with other people. So, for example, if Mohammed is saying 100 people are watching now, uh, it can be a mention that you might get connected with someone based upon their idea, based upon the questions they have asked in throughout the sessions. So this is how this is usually working. So yes, most important thing is, as I've said, in any session you go have fun. Do not just sit there for sake of sitting there. That it's someone has forced me to sit there. That is how it works.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I think we are about to reach hit the time limit now, and I think we should
Yeah.
wrap up. Awesome, awesome. So, folks, if you have any more questions, you can reach out to Vinayak on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and stuff. And yeah, thanks a lot, Vinayak, for joining in. It was great listening to you, talking to you. And I hope to see you in future Hyderabad or future events. And yeah, that's it. Peace. Do you have
Definitely.
anything to say?
Bye, folks. Have fun. No, thank you so much for inviting in. I had this conversation with Ashish. Uh, uh, like we are doing this local hack week, which is inspired by Global Hack Week, and I was like, let's do it. The most importantly for me is that when I have this certain kind of small experience with me of hackathons, why not to share it? And even if another team or someone who takes up this experience is implemented in their applications for the next hackathon, I'll be very happy. Last thing I would be like, have fun at hackathons, meet people, connect with them. Most importantly, again, LinkedIn and Twitter is some places where you find a good tech Twitter community or a tech LinkedIn community. Connect with people, make connections, and have a good weekend. Most importantly,
Yep, yep, yep. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And yeah, I think we can wrap up now. Is it a good time to wrap up?
sure. Yep, yep.
Okay, chalo then. Bye.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye, folks.
everyone. Bye.
Bye bye.